Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Well, I did finish the week with 14 wins and 2 losses for a win rate of 87.5%, so definitely pleased about that. Over my weekly goal of 85%. I probably would have done better, but I didn't trade much on Friday. I think I only took one trade because I had some issues to work out. But other than that, traded his room on Monday the 22nd. I said SPY puts under 483. 483 is, let's see, I probably called it right here. I rounded down to 483, being a nice round number, which was not quite the high from Friday, but not the low, but it's a nice round number, so I liked it, so that's what I chose for a number. So first 10-minute candle was green, big strong green candle. So I didn't take anything, I just waited. Then I took puts at what, 1032, which is right here, right when it broke lower day. Didn't take it up here, didn't trust it. I kind of waited. So once it broke below lower day right here, this is where I grabbed the 48.55 puts at 780, and they went from 780 to $11. So that ended up being a good play. Then I took puts again at 11 o'clock, which was right here. A nice little FU setup. We got a big red candle, green candle right here. When the green candle formed, I took it right underneath the wick, right under, I'm not sure if I took it on the wick or the body. Right here, either way, the body, I probably would have taken it underneath the wick because the body is so tiny right here. You got like what? A 10-cent body difference right there. I don't like that. I probably grabbed underneath the wick, underneath 43.35. Either way, I grabbed 48.50 puts at 760, and they went from 760 to 990 right there. So that ended up being a nice little FU setup. So then I took puts again at 1207, which is probably right here. Right when it broke below the two bodies of this candle and the wick right here. So it's got a nice little area right here underneath 383.50. So I grabbed the 38.50 puts at 650, and they went from 650 to 770. So we got a $1 plus move out of that. So that's pretty good. And then I grabbed calls at 203, which I think is right here. Yeah, you can see it broke. It was holding this 483.25 area, bounced. Then it decided to flush out the stop, so it was starting to look like it was flooring a little bit, like people were probably trying to grab calls for a bounce. So when they took out the stops, made new lower day, so I kind of looked at it as a stop hunter, and then it quickly went back to VWAP. So once it got back to VWAP, I grabbed calls thinking that because this was flushing out stops right here, that we were gonna pop. And I grabbed the 48.55 calls at 510. It failed to pop, and it just dropped and just chopped. So I ended up stopping out. So not quite the ideal situation. It just was choppy. But I mean, thesis-wise, this probably that would have ended up happening, but it just didn't happen. Usually, that's what usually happens when they start to make it look like it's bottoming. They'll get people on the long side, then they'll flush out the stops, then they'll let it take off. But it didn't quite happen this time. There's no foolproof way of trading. There's no 100% way, 100% strategy or setup. Nothing is ever 100%. It's all statistics and probabilities. So you just got to stick with the higher probabilities that end up working out. And sometimes they just, ones that have been high probabilities for a long time just end up sucking for a long time. So you just gotta, it's part of trading, so you just gotta deal with it. Now for Tuesday, the 23rd, SPY puts it at 43.50, which is right here, right at this low, right in this area right here. Had a nice little rise up. First 2-minute candle, a big red candle, doji candle. Didn't know if I wanted to go up or down. I didn't do anything. I waited and waited and waited and get another doji, the doji. Just ridiculous. The opening has been like this for a lot. It just got a little bit of fall through on Monday, but this is just these inside indecision candles that just don't go anywhere. It's just trying to confuse people and get people on the wrong side and stuff like that. So just opening games, but I didn't take a position till 10:24, which was right here. I was eyeing puts. Let's see. I think I took them underneath the area of 483.80. I'm not 100% sure where I took it. I mean, I'm sure if I went down to a lower time frame, I could see exactly where I took it, but I'm not sure if I took it underneath the wicks here or down here. But I took the 48.50 puts at 720 to 910. So if I took it at 910, if they went from 720 to 910, I probably took them down here close to the 483.60. Because you get the wick where it dropped and it came back up. Actually, to be honest, I think I do remember this. I think this was a massive move, and when it retraced, this is where I grabbed it, and I caught the move down again. So yeah, I think this was a retracement play on this one, if I remember correctly, because this was a massive candle. Whenever you have massive candles, you don't want to chase the full candle. There's usually like a 50% retracement on these massive candles. And if you can get a retracement and you miss the entry, that's what I would do. So I think this is exactly what I did on this particular play. So which was a retracement play. I missed the move and it came back up, and that's when I ended up grabbing it. So that ended up working out pretty good. Then I took puts again at 11.16, which is right here. Get all these red candles, a big green candle right here, a few setups. So once it broke below 483.25, which is the body and the body of this green candle right here, that's where I grabbed the 48.50 puts at 740. And they went from 740 to 930 right there. So yeah, it just shows you that I got the puts up here at 720. And down here I got it for 750. Just shows you the theta just was destroying people, going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So yeah. So yeah, I went from 740 to 930. Another almost $2 play. That was pretty good. Then it just had some crazy moves. So didn't really like the day. It was just choppy, and didn't really know what was going to happen. I just didn't want no part of it. So I think I caught some plays in the challenge. Yeah, I did. So Wednesday 24th, and that's massive rise up right here from what 484 to it's almost a $4 $3 gap up. So I was looking at puts, SPY puts under 487, which is right down here at this low of this candle. First 10 minute candles red, definitely what I wanted to see. So when it broke lower day on the next candle, I didn't take it the next candle. I waited. Why did I wait? I waited to 9:49. Why did I do that? I'm not quite sure why I hesitated and waited. It says it took it at 9:49, so I would have taken it down here. I'm not quite sure. Did I take it at the 487 level? It looks like I did. Normally I would have taken it at the ORB, which is open range breakdown, a breakout from the first 10 minute candle. And I should have taken the breakdown right here. I don't know why I didn't. I waited for 487. I don't normally do that. I don't know if I was just not paying attention or if something, I was distracted, something. I don't really know exactly why I missed that. But anyways, I grabbed the 48.85 puts at 710 and then went from 710 to 1020. So that ended up being a good play. Ended up working out. Then I took calls at for 1226, which is right here. See, I had a massive 4 green candles, pulled back to VWAP, bounced, And when it came back up, when I take it? 1226. Okay, I didn't take the breakout here, but when it pulled back to 20 EMA and quickly came back, I thought, okay, it's going to break out. So I like seeing things like this, like set up right here, where it goes up to like near high a day, then quickly rejects and bounces and quickly comes back. That usually tells me that it's going to make a violent move, which it didn't really make a violent move, but it did break out. So yeah, you got to move out of it. Not as much as I was hoping, but you get one. So I took the 4,900 calls at 540, and then went from 540 to 770 to $7 right there. So I've got $1.60 move out of it. Not going to complain there. So then I took puts at 210 right here. I took it right here. It looks like I took it down here. I probably should have played the FU setup here, but I think I took it underneath the wick of this candle right here. And it was the wick of these two candles and the two bodies over here and the wicks. Nice little line up here at the 486.95 area. Nice little setup right there. So when I broke below that, I grabbed the 48.85 puts at 470, and they went from 470 to $11. So that ended up being a really, really good play. 100% plus play on that. Then I took puts again at 302, which is right here. Why did I take it there? I should have taken it down here, but for some reason I took it right here in this green candle. I'm not quite sure why, because I said I got a 302 and it would have been in this candle. I got the 200 EMA bounce, come back up, and it quickly came back down, but the initial break should have been right down here at the 486.20. But for some reason, maybe I grabbed it in this candle prematurely. Yeah, I could see with the wick of this candle came down to 486.25 area. So I probably got excited and got bought it a little prematurely about breaking right here, thinking we were going to collapse, which we did do. But I think that's what ended up happening. Okay, now that I'm looking at this, yeah, I think I bought it towards the bottom of this wick. Wait, when it was approaching the 486.25 area, and it just bounced a little bit, then it finally flushed. So yeah, I had the 48.80 puts at 430, and they went from 430 to 1030. So you get another 100% move on in that. So that ended up being a good play. I really like the down days, especially when down days are looking like this. Big red candles, a green FU candle, flush it down, a little bit of consolidation, flush it down, bear flag, flush it down, bear flag, flush it down. I love these kind of setups. The red days, I love the red days because the panics are so much more violent, and you just make more money. So on the 25th, which is Thursday, SPY puts, what was Thursday, the 25th? SPY puts in a 486, which is down 486. Right here, we can see resistance right here. Plus, it's a nice round number. We were up in the 487 area, and plus we had such a big range from news that 486 was a better number to go off from. Didn't really want to go off from 486.50 because we're kind of close to it, and if we have any more violent moves, it could end up just getting down to the area, then getting a trigger, and then just being a fake out. So because of this massive move right here, I was looking at puts for 70 candle. It was red. I broke new low a day. I grabbed the 48.80 puts at 710, and then went from 710 to 780. Not much of a move, kind of a fake out, like most of the morning's been happening. Then at 10 o'clock, 10:03, I took puts. Right, 10:03, right here. Oh yeah, I remember this because got wicked, bounced up, failed to break high a day. Right here, failed to break a high a day, and it came back down. This is where it opened. So when it failed to break high a day right here, it came quickly back down. This is where I grabbed puts, thinking we were going to finally collapse. I think I grabbed underneath the 487.10 area. I grabbed the 48.80 puts at 650, and then it popped, and I ended up stopping out. So I was not happy about that. This is what I'm talking about. The fake outs in the morning. Fake drop, fake out, and when it does this in the morning, I'm not going to go get puts than chase calls and chase puts, because you can, just by doing this, chasing this little setup, you can add up 2 or 3 losses in like a half an hour. So to me, I'd rather just stick with one side and see what happens, because if you'll take probably a bigger loss, but if you were to chase puts here, chase calls and chase puts, you would have taken three losses, which would have probably been a lot more than just sticking with one. So to me, the first half an hour, try to go with what you think is going to end up happening, and go with some of the chart. And if it fakes out, sometimes I just hold it just to see what happens and see if it does fake out, because it's this is very notorious. Spies are notorious for doing this the first 30 minutes, and that's why I didn't want to chase calls up here. But when it came back down, I was like, okay, we're going to finally drop. So I managed to get a play out of this, and I managed to take a loss out of this. But if I took calls right here, I would have took a loss there and a loss there. So I got lucky here. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta like see what happens. But when it's already been after 10 o'clock, so when it popped a new high day, I just cut it. And then I took puts at 10:03, which is not 10:03, 10:36, which is right here. This might have been one. This might have been the one that I took the retracement on, not the other one. Yeah, one of the plays this week. It was a retracement play. Maybe it was this one. Maybe I come to think of it now. Maybe this was the one that was the retracement play, because this is a pretty nasty candle, and I got the 48.85 puts at 740 and went to 850. So yeah, I think this was the one that was retracement on that one. Yeah, it went from 740 to 850. Yeah, almost $1. So yeah, this was the retracement one that I did, I think. Then I took calls at 104, which was right here. Got these big red nasty candles right here. It's starting to wick bottom out at the 200 EMA. So when I got over, I think I took it right here over 46.80. I get the body, the wick, and it's over the wick of this one. So it's a nice little area right here. I took the 48.85 calls at 6:30, and they went from 6:30 to 8:60. Maybe I grabbed it up here more. Maybe I grabbed it over 487. Maybe I grabbed it up here. No, I think I grabbed it down here. Yeah, I think I grabbed it down here. But either way, the 48.85 calls at 6:30. It went to 860. So somewhere I either grabbed it right here at the 486.75 area, or I grabbed it up here at the 487 area. I'm not quite sure exactly where I grabbed it, but I did grab it, and it did go to VWAP, and it quickly got rejected. And I grabbed puts at 118. When it quickly got rejected, I grabbed the puts right under here, right under the 486.40 area, underneath the bodies of these two candles. I grabbed the 48.80 puts at 770, and they went from 770 to 890. They got a little bit of a play, not too much. So it ended up being a decent play. Then it just ended up popping and dropping more. So I was kind of hoping for this kind of a move right here, but it happened over here. So it is what it is. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. So got a few good plays on that one. So then Friday, like I said, I only took one play. I had a bunch of things to do for my son, so I didn't really have much. I didn't have any time to trade at all Friday, so I managed to get one trade in the morning before I had to leave. I took the 48.85. Actually, before I get ahead of that, I said traded his room. SPY puts at 90. SPY puts on the 486, which is down here, because it was right around this area where I called it, right around here somewhere. Maybe it was down here. Yeah, it might have been wrist candle where I called pre-market play. So 486 was down here, this low. First 10-minute candle was red, didn't like it. I took puts at 951, which is right here, right when it broke lower day. First 10-minute candle was green. Second 10-minute candle was a inside candle, but you see it's rejecting PDC with this white line. And the second candle rejected and came back down. It broke lower day on the third candle. That's when I grabbed it. I grabbed the 48.85 puts at $7, and they went from $7 to $8.50 in that play right there. So that ended up being a good play, and that was the only play I took. I had to take the rest of the day to do other stuff, but that was a pretty good week. I'm not going to complain. Kind of missed a few moves on Friday, but I don't care. Whatever, family is more important. But hopefully next week will be a nice, good. Actually, not next week, but this week coming up will be very volatile and get some nice moves this week. So that's gonna do it for the recap. I probably sound a little confused, a little out of it. I'm just half asleep and overtired. So, anyways, that's gonna do it for the recap. And thanks for watching.